Hi everyone, in this video you're going to learn how to make the handle for your levers, so the balancing beam basically. So without further ado, let's get started to the video. I'm going to create my first part studio, another part studio, and I'm going to rename it um, first class lever. So for first class lever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and make a sketch on my top plane. So how I did that was I went to my top plane, I right clicked and I clicked on new sketch and I right clicked on new sketch and there I got view normal sketch plane. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to corner point rectangle. My workspace are in millimeters, so if you haven't changed your workspace to millimeters yet, please do. I'm going to make my rectangle. It can be very rough. It doesn't need to be perfect. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension my rectangle. I'm going to make the dimension 150, this long side 150, and the short side to be 25. The reason being we want our rectangle to completely fit the fulcrum point. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to click the green check button. I'm going to extrude my sketch and I am going to make the extrusion 5 millimeters, 5 millimeters. Make sure you're in new. Click the green check button to confirm. Go into isometric view to make sure their extrusion was done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide all of my planes by coming to the Features tab, hiding all of my planes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my front plane. From here, I'm going to go to and make a sketch here. I am going to go to my arc tool. I'm using a 3-point arc. I'm going to go from a little away from the center point all the way to the other side and just making sure I draw my arc. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to my coincident constraint. I'm going to select these 2 points and align them. Then I'm going to dimension my arc to 1 millimeter. Then I'm going to convert my sketch. I'm going to zoom in, select extrude, select my arc. Make sure you're selecting only the orange part. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click remove. Go to your blind or drop down and click through all. Click the green check and go into isometric. And there you have it. You've created your first class lever handle. Now what I want you to do is I want you to right click in your parts, go to edit appearance, go to red and click the check button. There's your first class lever. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new part studio. Actually, first I'm going to delete my example. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another part studio. And I am going to do very similar things. So I'm going to right click, make a new sketch and set to view normal sketch plane. Then I'm going to create my corner rectangle. Voila. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension to 150, 25. Then I'm going to click escape, check, and I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to extrude it for 5 millimeters. Oops. So come to your extrusion, make sure you're in new. Go to 5 millimeters. Click the green check. Go to isometric. And make sure your extrusion has been completed. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into front view and go to the side. Come to the side a bit. Zoom in. And I'm going to sketch. Gonna make a sketch by coming to the sketch button. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my arc over here. then making sure that my arc center point is coincident to the line. I'm going to then dimension this side to this side. I'm going to make it 10 millimeters. And the dimension of the arc is going to be 1. I'm going to click the green check button. I'm going to go to extrude. Make sure you're in remove. Go through, click through all in your drop down. Click the green check. And there you go. This is when I go, then come down to your bar, right click, rename. Hold on. Right click, rename, and label it second class lever. And then delete. I'm gonna delete mine because I made an example again. Then I'm gonna go create a new part studio. Oops, actually before, don't do that. Come to your part, right click, click on edit appearance, come to your red, click on the green check, and there you have it. Or actually, no, go right click on parts, click on edit appearance, and make sure you choose a different color. I made the mistake there, otherwise you're going to get confused with which lever is which one. So I'm going to choose a nice greenish shade. So I'm going to choose this one for my second class lever. Then I'm going to create a new part studio. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the top plane, right click, oops, right click, new sketch, come to my top plane, go click on corner of rectangle. Again, just repeat the steps. Draw your corner rectangle, come to dimensions, dimension it to 150, dimension your second side to 25, click the green check, then extrude for 5 millimeters, and then come into isometric, go to front, zoom in on your right side, and now I'm going to try something new. I'm going to first actually click on my arc. I'm going to make it way farther and much bigger. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension. I'm going to dimension it to 1. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension this point to this line. And then I'm gonna do 10. Yay! There we go. So when when OnShape glitches, always try it in a different way. Always maybe switch the order and what dimensions you're doing because OnShape may just act up there. Then I'm gonna click on the green check. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extrude. I'm going to select my semicircle and I'm going to go to remove. I'm going to make sure that it's through all. I'm gonna click the green check and there we go. Now finally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change my color. I'm going to right click. Then I'm going to edit appearance. And I think I'm going to choose a nice yellow color this time. It's not that yellow. Then click my green check, delete my third class example, and that's it for this video. So let me just hide all of the planes to show you what that looks like. In isometric, this is how it looks like. If you have any questions, as always, put them down in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you on them. Thank you for watching. Bye!